Mister, wake up. You nodded off on me. Lord Taigga's servants will be around at any moment to take us to him. Honestly, I don't know how you can sleep at a time like this, waiting here to meet an unfamiliar lord in his own fortress. I grew up with a bedroom quite like this one, and I can barely keep my eyes off the door, let alone allow them to fall shut. I agreed to come along with these Shogun loyalists because they have my brother, but I still haven't been allowed to speak with him. No, Lord Taigga wants to be the first to do that, and that can't mean anything good. At least they had the decency to give us some normal clothes. I was dying to get out of that kimono, not to mention all the makeup. And the food they gave us was actually pleasant, I admit. Still, a lot has happened to you and me in a very short time. Just yesterday morning, we were both living in completely different worlds. And now, well, I suppose it's no wonder you're so tired. Not to mention the hard walk from the capital to here, wherever this is. At least they gave us a horse to share before taking us into the forest. Not before blindfolding us, of course. Little do they know, I've been all over the prefecture, and I know the area well. We were traveling north before they covered our eyes. I think we must be somewhere in the Tachimochi Valley, close enough to reach the capital within a day's march, but far enough from any major road that no samurai patrol would have any reason to stumble upon this remote fortress. And the scaffolding over the walls we saw coming in. This place must be a new construction. What I'm failing to understand is why it's being kept hidden. A daimyo, even one loyal to the shogun, should have no reason to hide such a project. Not unless somebody plans to stab someone else in the back, that is. Well, I'll have to put it in the back of my mind for now. We can consider our next move after I get my brother back. I hoped we would meet again after we were separated at the Mantis Festival, but this is not how I imagined it happening. Your optimism is admirable, mister. I wish I could share it with you. By the way, how are you holding up? Don't get the wrong idea. After everything that's happened, I would like to make sure you're not on the verge of a mental break, because that would be an extraordinary inconvenience. You're sure you're all right? Even after they blindfolded us and hauled us all the way out here? If that's your idea of fun, mister, I can't imagine how your free time was spent back in Ordania. I'm glad you're all right, though. Just don't have too much fun if they decide to lock us in a cell together. You knew what I meant. Get that coy expression off your face before I do something stupid. Pardon the intrusion, my lords. Lord Taigga is ready to receive you now. Yes, well, very good. Lead the way, miss. Lord Taigga, your guests are here as requested. Yes, come in, gentlemen, please. I would be delighted if you would sit with me. Go ahead, mister. Thank you for having us, Lord Taigga. We are grateful for your hospitality. Of course, Hiromasa. Miss Watanabe, please pour some tea for our guests. Of course, Lord. Thank you, miss. Will that be all, Lord Taigga? Just one more thing. Have the scouts returned from their search? My understanding is that they have, my lord. Everything appears to be in order, sir. Assemble another scouting party with fresh troops, and send them out again. Those Nobushi harpies are certain to have dispatched their spies after us. They would be foolish not to. Yes, Lord Taigga. I will see it done personally, my lord. Thank you, Miss Watanabe. Go with haste. Right away, sir. I'd ask the two of you if you'd seen anything, but I suppose you didn't have much use for your eyes on the way over here, I am sorry about that, fellows. I hope to make it all up to you in time. Yes, well, perhaps you can begin by explaining what you're trying to accomplish, Lord Taigga. Gladly, I will. But I'm terribly curious to hear your guess, Hiromasa. What do you think we're doing here? This estate, as you once called it, seems a bit too fortified for simple comfort's sake. You were keen to leave the capital as soon as you had us in your captivity, and now you're sweeping the perimeter for spies. And I doubt the Nobushi are the only ones you're worried about. You want to know what I think? Well, I think the Shogun is finally preparing his first move. I think you're here to attack the Empire. And what do you think you are doing here, Hiromasa? Or should I say, Lord Hoshoyama? That I am not clear on. Maybe you think enough remains of my clan for me to command its remnants in battle beneath your banner. Or maybe you mean to bring me before the Emperor, merely to get close to him and finish what I started. Why not a combination of both? Don't be absurd. Is it so absurd? The Emperor will be snapping at the maw to gobble you up for the Imperial cause. As for the remnants of your clan, you assume it was wiped out, root and stem. It's true that your own homestead was razed. We were, regrettably, too late to save your immediate family. But we've made contact with many offshoot families of your clan, those whom the Empire was either too slow or too uncaring to reach first. Lord Hoshoyama, what if I told you that the surviving bannermen of the Hoshoyama have already been mustered, and that, as we speak, they stand ready to receive the command of their rightful lord? That's impossible. The Hoshoyama have always been loyal to the Emperor. Why the hell would they believe you? Perhaps not under normal circumstances. But, with the help of your brother, we were able to bring our clans together. Rokuro. Where is he? Right outside this room, in fact. You can come in now, young lord. Lord brother. Rokuro. Well, I'm going for a walk. Perhaps your companion would be interested to join me. Not a chance. He's staying here with me. I see. Is the young lord correct in his assumption, young mister? As you wish. Well then, I'm sure you gentlemen have plenty to catch up on. Rokuro, what in blazes were you— I know what you're gonna say, all right? You do. I needed protection, an ally. Lord Taigga is a powerful samurai. He can help us. Lord Taigga is a glorified mercenary, and you know how they are, Rokuro. The moment the tide of battle begins to turn, he'll swap banners without skipping a beat. You think he has any regard for middle-born nobles like us? More than the Nobushi, I would think. Yes, well, the Nobushi know how to be discreet. This Taigga has dragged his business all over the capital, in broad daylight, no less. And not only that, but it sounds like he's been parading our clan survivors across the realm, relatives of a known traitor to the Empire, with you riding at the front, Rokuro. You were supposed to be keeping a low profile. We both were. I never asked you to take the blame for me, Arashi. You shouldn't have had anything to do with this. The Nobushi shouldn't have anything to do with this. Why did you have to risk everything to protect me? Why put our clan through all this suffering when I'm the one who killed Asataro? Shh. Never say that again, Rokuro. Never again. Hoshoyama Arashi killed the prince, and he acted alone. And I hope for your sake that you didn't tell these Taigga folk any different, brother. Don't worry. That's the first time I said it out loud, actually. Make it the last time, Rokuro. For me, if not for yourself. Fine. We must carry this secret to our graves. Yes, I get it. But you see my point, don't you? You could have been a bystander, a witness, the same as everyone else in that room. Everybody saw it. His guards, his concubines, his servants. When Asataro, that evil bastard, put his dirty fucking hands on me, everyone watched as my blade acted on its own. All you had to do was let them arrest me. I would have told them you had nothing to do with it. The good name of the Hoshoyama might have endured. But you had to go berserk and slay the entirety of Asataro's Shadow Guard. And heaven only knows how many more you've had to kill since then. My good brother, no matter what you thought you were going to tell them, I promise you, they would have killed us both anyway. The prince invited me, if you recall. You were only there because I asked if I could bring you along. You were my responsibility. Everything that happened is on me. Even if I didn't see what the prince was up to until it was too late. I know what he did was monstrous. It isn't your fault. I probably would have reacted the same way you did, in truth. But it set in motion a chain of events that cannot be undone. I know. That's why I came to the Taigga clan. If there's any hope in preserving the Hoshoyama, it rests with them. I'm afraid I don't share your faith in these people, my brother. Your intentions are admirable, but they will only seek to exploit you for it. And they will surely toss you aside when your use has worn out. Again, Lord Brother, I am not so sure the Nobushi were the better option in that regard. Maybe you're right. So, were you going to introduce me to your friend here? Oh, right. Sorry, mister. This is my brother, Rokuro, as you surely know by now. Hello. And this is my boyfriend, Rokuro. He's an Ordanian merchant, come to Chuhan to establish a trade route, and we happened to meet not long after you and I split up. As for why he's here now, I'll tell you when we get our hands on some sake and a little extra time. I see. You don't seem to mind him knowing our secret. Are you sure you trust this foreigner? with my life. Oh, he's definitely your boyfriend. In that case, I'm pleased to meet you, mister. Let me preemptively apologize for my brother. Arashi likes to play the lone wolf, but he's actually the biggest sap in the whole family. That's enough, little brother. And anyway, I understand why you went to the Taigga for help, but who are these people, brother? How did you come to meet them? And why have I never heard of them? It was a few nights before the festival, at a card game in Ichiden. Rokuro. So much for quitting gambling. I did. I was just hanging out, having a couple drinks. I had a few extra coins on me, so I figured why not play a hand or two. For fun. Listen, it doesn't matter. You and I have bigger problems now than my vices. Fine. Go on. That's where I met Lord Taigga. He wasn't fully decked out in armor like he is today, though he was clearly a wealthy samurai. At the time, I wasn't sure if he was a lord or just some lord's retainer. Anyway, he sat across from me during the game, and all the time, he just had this energy about him. You've already met him, so maybe you know what I'm talking about, but Lord Taigga was just electric. Win or lose, he always seemed to know exactly what to do with the cards in his hand. And believe it or not, he was actually a complete riot. He had everyone in that circle of degenerates laughing like lunatics, myself included. As the game went on and the drinks were flowing, the conversation surrounding the game turned to politics. To the Emperor and the Shogun, you know. He didn't say anything openly treacherous, but it was obvious that he sided with the Shogun, and he implied that open conflict was coming sooner than we expected. Finally, at one point he let slip the location of his campsite, where his men were waiting for him, as he put it. After we went our separate ways, Arashi, I immediately thought of him. So, you went looking for his camp, and convinced him to rally the rest of our kin? That was actually his idea. I was just looking for anyone outside our clan who could keep me hidden. I see. Well, I was gonna ask him myself. I just thought it'd be better to wait, since I was already imposing by seeking refuge with the Taigga to begin with. Right. And now he's pretending to give over command of the Hoshoyama to me, all while plotting to assimilate our clan into his own, no doubt. Who else of us has joined him? Right now, we have Uncle Hideyumi and Uncle Soranobu. Their families have been moved to camps farther north while we build them temporary housing closer to Taigga Castle. Uncle Asahi was with us, but he seems to have wandered off. Regardless, his men are here in the castle also. And Cousin Mori linked up with us just this morning. I guess he was out with a hunting party when one of our scouts ran into him. That's quite a lot more than I thought would make it. It's like Lord Taigga said, the Empire only sacked our head estate. If they planned to raise our every holding, they weren't faster than us. I'm glad our extended family survived, but I don't like what Lord Taigga is doing here. Even if he seems like a good man, even if he's offering our clan his protection, I have a feeling it won't be so simple. He's hiding something. From you. From us. From the Hoshoyama entire. Be wary of his authority, brother. We already know what the Empire intends for our family. With him, we can only guess his intentions. He wants to help us, Arashi. I know you don't trust him, and I admit my own trust in him has its limit. I'll definitely be sure to tell you if something comes up. I hope you do, Rokuro. For now, it's been a very long day. Mr. and I should retire to our quarters. I'll meet with the rest of our kin tomorrow. All right. I'll see you in the morning then. Good night, brother. And to you too, mister. Good night, Rokuro. Well, I suppose it's finally safe enough for us to close our eyes now, mister. I'm still uneasy, but we've earned our rest. Good night, mister. Is that really necessary? Aren't your covers warm enough without needing to lay your bedroll so close to mine? They're practically touching. You want to cuddle? I'm not that cold. Besides, I prefer keeping to my own blanket. I don't need you stealing it away in the dead of night. That look of yours, mister. It's going to get us both into trouble. You're right. I guess there is no one to rescue me from you this time, is there? No rude Nobushi agents. No boisterous sumotori wrestlers. Just me and you. Mister. What do you think you're up to now, you crazy boy? I never said that. But you... If we do this... No, listen, I don't want you thinking you've got one over me, alright? Just because we're about to... You better not make me regret this. Fine then. If you're so confident, show me.